In this episode of College on Fleek, I'm going to teach you what is really at the root of the habits that we have and how you can change your habits to be able to be motivated to get done what you want to get done and have the kind of life that you want to have. So stay tuned to this episode of College on Fleek. Hi, I'm Ditman. I'm an award-winning business professor on the collegiate level and the creator of One-Derful Life and College on Fleek. One of the things that really hangs us up in terms of a lack of motivation is frequently that we just have habits that derail us. And there's some interesting research about what makes a habit and how can we break a habit or create a habit. And the old way of thinking was that it takes 21 days to create a habit, and maybe you've heard that. And that's actually not true necessarily. If you're only doing behavior modification, it might. But there's a really nice hack you can use that will help you create a habit immediately. And rather than trying to break a bad habit, it's easier for your brain if you focus on creating a new or a different habit instead. Give it something else to do. We create habits because there's a reward in the behavior that we like. Now, why do people brush their teeth? It's not to prevent cavities, and it's not for the health of their teeth and gums. When researchers dug into why do people brush their teeth every day, what they found was that the reason people are motivated to brush their teeth, you're not sitting in front of the TV going, well, I want to make sure I don't get a cavity, so I'm going to go brush my teeth. No, but you might be sitting in front of the TV going, kind of yucky. I'm going to go brush my teeth. Because what people enjoy about brushing their teeth is that minty, fresh feeling where they go, oh yeah, nice, crisp and cool and clean. That's the feeling they like. That's the reward that motivates us to brush our teeth. So when you want to create a habit, you need a reward that's going to work for you. Now, that's pretty individual. Whatever reward works for you is the one that you should use. One of the things that makes me feel good is when I look at my to-do list at the end of the day and everything is checked off. I really love that. I'm a nerd. I don't know why. I just like it. I'm all about that to-do list life. So when I look at the end of the day and everything's checked off, I really feel like I've accomplished something good. And what that does is it puts me in the habit of checking what I had planned to do and staying in touch with my daily plan and my goals. I exercise every day. Do I do that for my heart health? No. I do it because it feels good. And at least when I'm done with my workout, no matter what else happens during the day, I can say but at least I worked out today. I also do yoga 5 to 7 days a week. Well, why do I do that? Because it feels good and it helps me de-stress every day. That's what's in it for me. I don't do yoga because, it's good for my joints as I get older, which it is, that is true. But that's not the reward I'm getting. See, rewards tend to be more immediate. So if I'm having a day, which is a lot of days where I'm feeling like, gosh, I'm kind of stressed, or, I just feel a little bit overwhelmed or uptight or even tired, I know that going to that yoga class is going to make me feel better. And that's why I go. So you need to find a reward that works for you. Number 2, you need to remind yourself of the reward. And that's important because you have competing rewards. For example, most students tell me it would really feel good if I would just get my English assignment done and not procrastinate and wait till the last minute and be all stressed out and turn in something that's terrible. If I just had it done a couple of days early, I would feel good about that. Okay, so that's a good reward. I will feel good when this is done. The problem is that you have more immediate rewards that are competing for your attention, like, what's going to feel better? Working on your paper or scrolling through Instagram? Working on your paper or binging on Netflix? Well, in the moment, what's going to feel better is Netflix and Instagram. That's where you have to remind yourself of that reward. No, I really want to get this done. I really want to not feel stressed. This is going to feel good. And what you might do is say, I'm going to work on my paper for 30 minutes and then I can get on Instagram for 10 minutes. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to show you the one thing that you should not do because it might really derail you in your habit creation. So stay tuned.
Are you struggling with low grades? If you're like most students, you just don't have the right tools in your toolbox. The truth is, nobody ever taught you how to study. I can relate. I'm Mary Ditman. When I was in high school and college, I had terrible test anxiety. There were many times where the only thing on my paper was my name, and I had legit studied. And I was in trouble, but I came up with a study method that worked for me. And when I started teaching on the college level, I found that many of my students also struggle with test anxiety. And so I started teaching the method to them as well. The Study Smart Toolkit has literally helped hundreds of students just like you over the years. In this free training, I show you step by step how to study. You have lifetime access. You can watch it anytime you want to from your phone, your tablet, your laptop, and it works for any class, any major, any school. Now, I can't make a guarantee, but I can just tell you what I've seen with my students. The students who use the techniques in the Study Smart Toolkit go from D's and F's to A's and B's on the very next test. You want better grades with less time studying, go to bit.ly/Study Smart Toolkit and get the College on Fleek Study Smart Toolkit for yourself.
Welcome back. Now, when you're creating habits, I've mentioned that you want to create rewards that work for you. Sometimes people will create punishments. And again, you have to find what works for you. But generally speaking, most of us won't stay with a self-imposed punishment because most of us want to avoid pain. More than feeling good, we just want to not feel bad. So a self-imposed punishment, most of the time we won't enforce it. Why? Because it doesn't feel good. It's punishment. There are situations where a punishment might work. I was attending a women's basketball practice one time, and I noticed that some of the girls, whenever they would shoot a free throw, if they missed, they'd drop and do 5 push-ups. But not all of them did that. And I asked the coach, I said, why are these girls doing that and the others aren't? Are they in trouble? And she said, no, that's their own accountability. They've made the decision that if they miss a shot, they drop and do 5 push-ups. That's not me, that's them. And they told the whole team about it to keep them accountable. Now, if something like that works for you, okay. I have used punishment to create new habits for myself. One of my really bad habits is swearing, and I'm not proud of it, but one of the ways that I will frequently break myself of that habit is every time I say a swear word, I'll give $50 to this charity. Like, I make it a lot of money so that I am motivated. Like, it's not a quarter where I could just say, look, I'm going to curse you out and here's $5. I make it a lot of money so that I am motivated to like, I really don't want to say a bad word. But most of the time, what's going to work is a positive reinforcement, a reward. So in other words, don't say, well, if I don't work on my English paper, then I don't get to use Instagram for a week, because you're never going to stick with that. One of my students created a reward where she said, if I do 10 math problems, I'm going to online shop. And so she would do 10 math problems, then she would online shop for about 20 minutes, 10 more math problems, online shop for 20 minutes. That's great. Sometimes I've had students whose parents are trying to motivate them with a reward, saying, if you get a 4.0 this semester, we're going to buy you a car. Which, I'm going to just tell you, if that was me, I'd be all kinds of motivated to get my grades wherever my parents wanted them, because I'd be wanting that car. College on Fleek is a dialogue, not a monologue, and we want to hear from you. So I want to know, what are some habits that you need to create? Put that in the comments and let us know. You can always connect with us at collegeonfleek.com. We have lots of resources there, and some cool gear for you. That's where you can also get your Study Smart Toolkit, or you can go to bit.ly/Study Smart Toolkit. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on College on Fleek.